Oh, yeah, it is that time once again. Alpha Kings, it is the Roundtable. Big things happening with these unbelievable guests today. So guests today going to be my man Expert, Evans, Maniac, and of course, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Young Wattz himself. So thought we would get the two Super Bowl guys in on the first roundtable here of season 2 to kind of hash things out, throw some blows, talk some shit, or, hug it out. Whatever needs to happen, but we're going to get it done. You guys want to say hi before we kind of get started here on the topics? Expert?
Yeah, I don't know why you're trying to incite a fight already between Evans and myself. Like, it's nothing but love, man. Man, he played a great game in the Super Bowl. There's no ill will towards the Patriots.
All I heard, so we'll go ahead and start off on the Super Bowl recap. We'll just jump right into this shit.
I think what Expert is saying is that NFC is easy, cakewalk, and he's going to be there again. But he's saying that Evans is not.
NFC, I didn't say that. And I will say this. I think Evans has a harder road. He definitely has a harder road in the AFC to get back to the Super Bowl than I do in the NFC. There's maybe 3-4 guys in the NFC that I feel like can compete on that level, but there's the top 10 guys in the AFC that you could look at those guys and say any one of those guys could make it to the Super Bowl. So definitely, I think an easier road in the NFC. But those top 4 or 5 guys in the NFC are going to be competitive. We'll see what happens.
Evans, talk to us how you approached your Super Bowl. And when you looked at Expert's game, because Expert was putting up like 50 to 70 points in the playoffs against the teams he faced. But what made you think, yeah, dude's a chump. I'm going to walk all over him into the Super Bowl, and I'm just going to run the score up and get to the point where Expert can't even complete a pass without throwing it to my defensive backs. What made you so dominating in that Super Bowl?
Hey, like I said, I was on that revenge tour. I was on a hot streak, my defense was balling out every week, in and out, starting with Rack, and then had to play Dynasty. As everybody know, my snipe television debut was a skunk. I ain't scored a single point, and I was looking horrible. I was really finna, give it quits, but I was like, let me get back in my groove, because I did start. I think I started like 6-0. And then I went on a major slump. I think that's when I went on Snipes TV, and then I lost. That's when I went in a slump. I think I lost like 4 straight or something like that. And I was like, man, what the hell is going on? And then I think Retro made a comment like in the middle of the season talking about some of these because Retro beat me in the regular season. And he said some of these teams, because you did that tier video, and I was in tier 1, and I guess he beat me. He was like, some of these tier 1 teams ain't looking too shabby or something like that. I was like, oh no. So that kind of, let me get back on my game. But coming into the Super Bowl, like I said, I seen Expert putting up 70 on Retro. I'm like, my goodness. And I was looking at the offense. I'm like, man, this man he don't just focus on one guy. Like I said, he has about 3-4 options. So, coming into the Super Bowl, I couldn't play zone. You gotta play man against those routes he's running, and you gotta use in the middle. So I felt like, my game plan coming in is man up, and we get beat. And then unfortunately, Devontae Adams I think it was first drive of the game, he got hurt. I was like, damn, that's a big loss. And then, Gilmore on Scantling, and I was really focused in on Tunyon, because I know that was kind of his favorite target too. So once I focused in on those 2 guys and have him make me beat me with his third option, then that kind of, rattled the game a little bit. And then my offense was just on fire the whole playoffs. So I felt like I had a good little game plan coming in, and I was confident that, But I if you had Devontae, I think it might have been a different game, but
it definitely would have been a different game if Devontae Adams is in the whole game. I mean, you talking about a top 5 wide receiver in the league, and then you match him with Tanyan, and when you can't take away Tanyan because you're so focused on Devontae Adams, that's why Tanyan eats so much. Because you're so worried about 17. If you're so worried about where Devontae even lines up at, I'm throwing to the tight end all the time. And then not having Aaron Jones, who's a superstar X Factor running back, that definitely hurt. So my top 2 guys not playing in the Super Bowl, but I think when Devontae got hurt, I waited so long to just calm myself down. I was pissed. I
could tell.
It wasn't even a passing play. It was on a running play that Devontae gets hurt. I wasn't even throwing him the ball, and it's like when he went down, I didn't think nothing of it. Okay, he's hurt, no big deal, he'll be back. But then when it came back that he had broke his rib, I was like, oh Lord. And so I'm literally muting my mic in the chat that I was in, and I'm yelling at the TV. Come on, Matt, don't do me like this in the Super Bowl. Not in the Super Bowl, Madden. Come on, my guy. And then you look across that defense, and he got lockdown corners across the board, and then he can run around with his safety. That's difficult to beat. As far as putting points up, I don't care if Retro beats you or not. Retro is straight garbage, and I'm gonna put 70 points on that scrub every time I play him. I cannot wait. So I mean, look, I listen. It's a mutual respect with everybody in the league, but
Retro,
certain dudes I got respect for Retro. Listen, I got respect. He got mad at the 70 points. And listen, when you get beat down at school, you don't go to school the next day talking about you won the fight. That's not how that works. You go into the garage with your dad and say, Dad, teach me how to fight first before I go back to school. Now, Retro came to school and told all his buddies he won the fight. And he got a black eye and he's missing 2 teeth. It's okay. I love him. But I'm going to beat that man's tail every time the Cardinals play the Green Bay Packers or whatever team I got next, man. It don't make no difference.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Watts, what did you think watching that Super Bowl? What were your feelings?
Going into it initially, I was going NFC, so I was like, I seen the way Expert been balling, the way he plays. It just overwhelms people. So I was like, okay, I'm confident in him. Not slighting the Patriots, Evans and shit. I just seen more Experts games personally. So I was like, I'm thinking NFC got it. Then the way the game just started going, like you said, Madden was on some shit that day. So I was like, man, this is gonna be a tough one for him. And the game was just crazy. I didn't expect the way it went, but it was a good game to watch. I mean, he put up a good fight, regardless, even with the bullshit man was doing. He was fighting. So, Expert's a good cat, man. I can't side him, man. And Evans, he did his thing. He did his thing for sure. it was a good game, both of them. Y'all did really good.
Maniac. I know that you're going to say something about the AFC here and how the NFC never had a chance. But what did you think going into the Super Bowl and how it played out?
That's not true. I think I voted for Expert to win. I think that Green Bay has a lot of weapons. Nobody anticipated Devontae Adams getting injured, let alone on a run play. Like, I was like, Evans is a good competitor and everything. I definitely think that in the regular season he definitely showed some that he's human. And although he started off hot with the New England Patriots, I was like, okay. I think I played him too, and I was like, okay, he ain't nothing. And then that's when the AFC Championship, he actually caught me by surprise. I was like, yo, who is this tight end? Why is this tight end catching every pass that's thrown his way? And I was like, okay. And then I think it was 14-14, and then I made a mistake right before halftime, and then Madden took over and said, hey, disconnect, and the rest is history.
Oh, I forgot about the disconnect.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I don't know if I was streaming, but I could definitely pull up. I was still in the franchise and whatever, and I was like, whatever. I guess Madden didn't want let me win this. Let me be great, because I definitely been coming back on folks. I think I came back on the Chiefs and the divisional round where he scored right off the back 3 seconds in the game. I was like, sheesh. All right, fine. All right, that's what we're gonna do, Madden. That's what we're gonna do. Okay, fine. And then I think the AFC is definitely a lot tougher. We have a lot more competition, but the NFC definitely runs through Green Bay, and I will stick by that until I'm proven wrong. So,
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm saying Expert is going back to the Super Bowl. AFC.
We'll get to We'll get to your playoff favorites coming up. We'll get to the playoff favorites coming up. All right, so we've rehashed the Super Bowl. Let's talk about the rookie draft. What did you guys think of the draft? There was a lot of people that didn't like the Legends draft. I was one of those people that never hope that we never do this again. But as we got close to the draft, everyone went from hating the draft to, oh my God, give me more picks. I need more picks. Somebody give me a pick. I'll trade you everything in the world for a 6th round pick right now. You know, it was absolutely insane. So let's talk about the draft. Watts, we'll start with you. What did you think of the rookie draft?
Well, I'll start with saying that we're definitely not doing this shit again.
Yeah, please.
We're not doing this again. On a later time, there's going to be some more information to come out on my reasons on why I feel that way. Some information floated to me that will probably draw up some drama soon.
Whoa. Did somebody find the rookie draft that I did and went down and looked at it? Is that what happened?
Hey, man, I didn't say anything. I've been saying that we're definitely not doing it again. There's some more information to come out soon about that because I haven't even touched base with you yet, Shane, about it. But the draft itself, overall, I didn't have a 1st round pick, so I kind of was just watching everybody get these beasts, name-wise, some of these beast guys out there. It's pretty cool. I mean, I like seeing some of the old school players getting picked. It was kind of, the thought process is fun. I didn't get a pick till the 2nd round, and I got who the fuck did I get? Benjamin Watson, tight end. He came out all right. But overall, the draft, it was cool. It was nothing crazy. The 1st round picks were the guys everybody ate up in. So unfortunately, I wasn't a part of that party.
Evans, what did you think of that first rookie draft, the Legends draft, the partial Legends draft?
Well, I wasn't there for none of the draft, but I kind of wish I was there to see all these superstars and X Factors being drafted. But, seeing all these streams, everybody's team is lit up like a Christmas tree now. I'm like, my goodness. So, but I wasn't a part of it. But, yeah, I agree with Watts. We ain't gonna go with this again. Because we created super teams 2nd year in for everybody.
Yep. I do not ever want to see another Legends draft ever. Ever. Maniac. Maniac, how'd you do in the rookie draft? Did you get a bunch of super players, super elite players? And if so, why couldn't you win your week 2 game against me?
Oh, here we go. I was like, he's gonna bring this shit up. I didn't get anybody too crazy. Vince Wilfork, I definitely think that whoever created this rookie draft didn't see Vince Wilfork in the NFL because he had like an 82 strength. He had like no block shed. I was like, I was kind of shocked when I drafted him. Like, obviously, I told Shane flexing definitely means something, but he's like, no. But he came out to be a superstar, and then I had to step out, like, I think in the 3rd, 4th round. And because I had Aaron to do, so I let Shane skip my picks, and then the computer drafted me a superstar, like outside linebacker. He ain't nothing, but still just having a superstar. I personally like the random computer or generated draft because I think it's random, and yeah, I think these names definitely played a factor into who got drafted and who didn't. And so, yeah.
So that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. That's it. Expert. What'd you think, man?
Yeah, I mean, I've never been a part of something like that where it's, legends in a draft class. I mean, it was cool to see some of the names. There were guys that needed positions and went and got, those positions, whether it was a name or not. You look at a guy like Uncle Bruce over there in New Orleans, he needs a quarterback, so he gets Byron Leftwich. It's cool to see some of those names. I would say my biggest problem with the draft, it just takes too damn long. Like, listen. My thing is, Freight, is that the draft needs to last anywhere from 35 to 45 minutes total. Set it. Listen to me. We have a blueprint. Put the blueprint in, right? You get 1 minute to pick your first and second round picks. You get 45 seconds in rounds 3 and 4. You get 30 seconds in round 5 through 7. If you don't know at that point who you drafted after a minute, you are wasting my time. I got too many important things to do besides sit here and see who the 3 and 13 team is going to pick at number 22. Like, that's a waste of my day. I don't care if it's a legend draft, if it's your high school draft. I don't care what it is. Can we just shorten it down so it's not 2 hours long? And look, 2 hours was a lot shorter than I thought it was going to be because you put some time limit on the end. But yeah, I thought it was cool. I wanted a legend, but picking 31, those legends was gone. The legend I wanted Charles Tillman. But unfortunately, he wasn't there when I was picking. Charles and I played high school football together. And so I wanted to put him in that Green Bay uniform just because I know the dude. But I thought it was cool to see some of the names. And, look, anytime you can draft a Sean Taylor and put him in your secondary, and you can go get you a Carson Palmer and put him at quarterback. I mean, that's pretty cool. But, it was a one and done thing. Let's move on. Let Madden generate the draft going forward.
I agree. I definitely liked the shortened time frames on the draft. I think we only went like an hour and 15 minutes. I think that's how long the draft took. But I can see shortening it. Back in the day when we used to be able to set the clock, I think back then we let like the entire time for round 1 and 2, and then we dropped it to a minute or 45 seconds. But like rounds 5 through 7, we were at 15 seconds a pick, I think, at one point in time. Watts, is that right?
Yeah, it was fast as shit.
15 seconds.
That's perfect.
Yeah,
that's perfect.
And that was before we had draft boards.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
I mean, experts' logic is right. I mean, we used to do that, so it's something we definitely should look into for the future ones.
Yeah, I thought it went really well with the shortened time frames, and I think that we'll probably continue that. What we may follow experts' blueprint there, but we'll talk about it. We'll definitely get that up for sure. All right, third topic. Who are your early playoff favorites based on you guys have played a lot of guys now through season 1. You've seen a lot of guys play here in season 2 and whatnot, whether it's on Snipes TV or you've watched other streams. So coming out of the NFC and the AFC, who do you think your playoff favorites are? Maniac, let's start with you this time.
First, I like you said I got to pick one from each conference.
You can pick a couple. Pick like 3 or 4 teams from each conference. Or who you think will be contenders. It's a wide open conversation here.
Gotcha. I definitely think that the Bills are definitely going to be in the playoffs.
So
I actually have them coming up. Yeah, Gabby, I think he's going to be in the playoffs. I definitely think that last year he was itching to play, but like his record, he knew that the way the AFC was shaped, whether he won all his games or not, he wasn't going to be able to make it just because the previous owner just kind of screwed him over. I think he knocking out the Super Bowl champ right now was big. I actually play in week 3, so that's going to be interesting too. I think Rack actually is going to lose a playoff spot. I think that's where the Bills are going to take it from, because I think Rack right now is 0-2. He lost to the Colts and to the Chiefs. Also, I feel like he has his quarterback now in Eli Manning. I think he could make a big push in the AFC East. Not AFC East. The AFC period. Hey, you asked me for my opinion, bro. You gotta
speak your mind. Go. Speak up. Stand your ground.
I'm saying aim, bro. I'm saying aim. He's gonna make a push.
All right, so aim and Gavi, and we're losing Rack, so that leaves you with a couple other spots. Who else you got?
I think.
Tell us how Miami's gonna make it in.
Jeez. I think Miami getting lucky against the Texans is definitely gonna help him. He's definitely gonna try to make a push. I don't think that there's 3 people coming out of the AFC East. I'm sorry. It was everybody being so great. I think it's gonna be the Browns winning the AFC North. I think the AFC West, I feel like Doc is gonna win that one. And I think Dynasty is gonna miss the playoffs. Sorry, Dynasty.
Wow.
I think
a bold
Chiefs
statement.
I think Week 17 was the Chiefs laying down the law against the Chargers. I feel like that's gonna be the 1 and 2, Doc winning, and the Chiefs getting in the wild card. I think AFC South. I mean, it's mine to lose, honestly. The AFC East, I say Bills and then Patriots.
That hurts.
And then what division am I missing? AFC North.
All of the NFC.
Oh, AFC North is definitely I want to say the Browns so badly, but I think it's Pittsburgh.
Keem?
I think.
All right, so you think Made to Shine's going to take that one. All right.
Yeah, NFC East, I say Green Bay and the Bucs definitely making the playoffs. I think the Saints, I don't see anybody competing with them. I mean, the new Falcons guy, I don't know much about, so I can't really say. But
experts can speak most on him. A Force.
Yeah.
Force A.
Yeah,
he will compete.
He will compete, but honestly, I think that the last guy giving up Julio Jones was stupid and messed up that team. He has no cap. I saw him in the negatives. I was like, oh, hell no. So it's going to be an uphill battle for him. So I'd definitely take the Saints over the Falcons. I take Wattz and then Ready Baby at close second, but he's going to be like 7th seed. And then South, West.
You got the NFC West left.
Yeah. So I guess retro, but I don't know, man. After expert,
I think I might take Sweets in the NFC West.
Sweets and retro though, because there's 7 spots. So I guess Sweets and retro. Honestly, the NFC you could be 5 and 7, and you're still in the playoffs, kind of thing. So,
expert, what do you think on these early playoffs?
Slander. Yeah, I think the Browns definitely in the AFC North. He started out hot. It's going to depend on when Shine can get back from vacation. What's he going to start? Because he's going to start 0-2 to start the year. Hopefully he's back for week 3. That'll be a tough hole to battle out of if you go down 0-3 to start the year. I think in the AFC South, it's crazy to see Maniac lose to the Dolphins. Like I don't know no disrespect to Freight, right? No disrespect to Freight, right? But nobody looked at that game and said, "Oh man, this is gonna be a battle right here," right? Everyone gave that game to Maniac. I think that's gonna wait. If that doesn't wake Maniac up, let me be the first on the show to say, Maniac, you need to wake the hell up. You lost to the damn Dolphins. Like, you cannot talk all that talk on these shows and then come out here and start laying eggs early in the regular season. I still think the Texans win that division. That one loss, we'll look at that loss to the Dolphins as just a blip on the radar.
Hold on.
He's going to get back.
I'm going to interrupt you here. Maniac, when you have played the Dolphins at any point in time in Madden 22, who's won more games?
More what?
Who's won more games, you or the Dolphins owner?
Definitely not you.
What are you?
I don't know why you
are high.
I don't even know why he's bringing this up. Like you expect me to say him? Like, no. What?
You know it's me. You know it's
me.
I
took $50. Yo, and a little side bet, I took $50 from this man, so you're a little salty.
Like in Madden 21.
Well, that's what we playing.
Or that's what I'm thinking. I'm sorry. You know, it is Madden 21. So who's won more games between you and I in Madden 21?
I still say me.
Head to head. You know it's me. We've been keeping track.
Nah, I don't remember this.
Yeah, I did too.
Put it in the chat. We got to see it. All right. So yeah, I definitely think the Texans take the South. And then can Rack wake up? I mean, he had a tough schedule to start 0-2. That's tough, and it doesn't get any easier. So we'll see about that. As far as the AFC West, listen, I love the Patriots over there, the Dolphins. Fine. Listen, Gav is no joke. Like, that dude is legit, and I think people need to wake up and realize how good he really is, or he's going to sneak up on some people. And he's going to be in the AFC Championship game if guys take him lightly, because he's got some talent. I played that guy in Super Bowl, so I know what he's about. But you can never count out Evans. All it takes for Evans is one game. It takes just one game to piss him off, to remind him of how good he is, like the Snipes show did last year. We'll see. The Bills and Patriots definitely make it out of that division. I don't understand the dynasty hate coming, from Maniac. I mean, the Chargers will be there in the end.
Hate. You my boy. But I just the don't
Chargers
think
will be there. And then it's going to come down to the Chiefs and the Broncos. Which one of those take the other spot there? As far as the NFC, in the North, it's going to be Bus and myself. We've battled in the same division in another league this whole cycle, and he's had my number. So I'm looking to get my revenge against the Bus here in Alpha Kings. I need to beat that dude down every chance I get. And right now I'm 2-0 against him here in Alpha. So we'll try and keep that trend. It's in the South. Listen, Bruce getting a quarterback, I think, was the one piece he was missing. And I'm, not any slight to Drew Brees, but to get a mobile guy like Byron Leftwich to team up with that Kamara in the backfield, man, he is dangerous. I played in week 1. It was a close game, but he is going to be dominant in that NFC South. And then Mr. Force that just joined, the guy's got banners in the league that I'm in. He is going to be competitive. He will make the playoffs this first year that he's here. Put it down, mark it down. Is guaranteed he's in. As far as the NFC East, God, I hope that Washington football team continues to dominate over there. Like, that's got to be his division, right? Cowboys starting 0-2. Listen, just trade me my damn Cowboys already, please. Take the Packers. They got a good team. They ready to win right now. Let me take the Cowboys. He's embarrassing America's team, and it hurts my soul to see them down there 0-2. But yeah, Wattz that's his division. He's going to dominate that. And then Sweets 99 is taking the NFC West. There is nobody in that division that can compete with Sweets 99. I don't care who it is. Retro does make the playoffs, though. Retro does make the playoffs with an 8-8 or 9-7 record, whatever he's going to have. And then he's going to get bounced right out to the playoffs as soon as he gets in. But Sweets 99 is going to win that division, and it's not even going to be close.
Watts, what are your thoughts on the playoffs? And I'll drop this around the horn real quick. Can we all agree that the NFC West is the weakest division in the league right now?
NFC West?
NFC West. So you've got Sweets, Chainbreaker, Retro, and Tote King.
I mean, Chainbreaker and Tote definitely bring that down, but I mean, who's in the NFC East? Let's look at the NFC East too.
What?
The NFC East, we've got Shano, Watts, Supa, and Ready Baby. Well, that might be a tough one.
Watts. You got Watts and 3 Jags, just a guy running 3 other teams.
Man, Watts.
We gotta get Shano to come and play his games, man. He been busy.
Watts got 6 stat games. 6 stat games, bro.
Yeah.
I'd be licking my chops if they gave me a development scenario on those games. Shit, man.
See, Frank, this is why the Cowboys, so that we can make that division a little more competitive. I mean, you got tight work, you got Bus in the NFC North, just put Ready Baby over there. He'll fit in just fine, finishing third. And then you can put me in the NFC East and let Watts and I battle it out.
No, I don't know if you want the Cowboys. He literally traded away the rest of his.
I don't care who is in the uniform. It's the Cowboys, and listen, I don't know if you can tell with the room, but this is the Cowboy family here. Like, you got Deion Sanders all over the walls here in his Cowboy garb. Like, I don't care who's in the uniform. We will make the Cowboys competitive.
All right, Watts, playoff favorites. Now that I sidetracked us.
No, you're good, man. I'm basically echoing everything everybody said already. The only changes I see is the Bills. That team is good, man. And if he's as good as everybody says, then he's definitely in the playoffs.
You know week 3.
I mean, you playing? So then you got him. So who spot he would take? I would assume would probably be because did Deshaun make the playoffs? Wasn't he a wild card?
Deshaun didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah,
yep.
But he won his division. So
yeah, okay. So I can see that. I don't agree seeing. Who you said Rack might not make it in? Is that what you said, Maniac?
I said Rack Dynasty not making it.
I think I've got the playoff schedule here. So if you want to see where everybody had,
that's even better. I appreciate it.
So
I'm flipping between my.
Yep. So Bombs was the wild
Bombs
card.
Is not making it.
Bombs and Rack.
So I don't see Bombs and Made to Shine holding their spots. So that's where the Bills and
but they if they win their division, they're in Watts.
Oh, you're right.
That's the issue. It doesn't matter what record they are. They could go 8-8 and win the division.
Yeah. I'm trying to freestyle it. I figure I'm playing there. But yeah, I mean, shit. So Keem's gonna come out the AFC North. I see him coming out there. I hate to say it, because he talks a little too much, and I don't think he's as good as the way he's talking. But I mean, he's gonna come out the AFC North. AFC East. I'm gonna go with the Super Bowl winner. I mean, I'm gonna go with him coming out the East, and then the Bills. If he's what I'm hearing, he's gonna come in too.
The disrespect.
So that takes us to the South. AFC South. I mean, damn. This might be a homeboy pick, man. I'm gonna go Rack Maniac.
Definitely a homeboy pick.
It's a homeboy pick. But I mean, you're good at proving me wrong. So I mean, just keep the trend up. And then the West. I like that division, man. It's right now the Broncos are 2-0, and Doc can ball, man. I mean, he just fucked me up yesterday. In Tex, he seemed like he figured some things out. Now that he played better, I'm assuming the schedule's a bit tougher. See how that pans out with the Chiefs, and then I always pick Dynasty a lot too because I think Dynasty is a baller. Dollar Bill, unfortunately, he's in a bad division. AFC West. I'm gonna go Dynasty again. I'm gonna go there. So I don't know if that fills up the AFC bracket if I left somebody out.
We're good.
But that's how I'm looking at that. Yeah, that's how I'm seeing that. NFC, I'm gonna go NFC East, I'm gonna go with me.
Cakewalk.
NFC North, I'm gonna go Expert. Bears, I mean people slided him because he had I think it was a 9-7 record or whatever, but he's better than what his record is. I can see the Bears making it as well. Huh?
You better say that he knocked you out.
I mean, I picked him to make it to the Super Bowl preseason. So I respect him. You know what I mean? But in the South, I don't know what the Falcons do, but I mean, right now it's Bruce. I can go with him. We'll see how the Falcons do ball out. That'll be interesting to see. And then we go to the West. Sweets. It's between Sweets and Retro. Right there. And maybe both of them making in. That probably covers the whole thing. But making it out of both conferences, I'm gonna just shoot it like this. I'm gonna go. Where we going? I'm gonna go Dynasty and Expert, man. You know, I don't like to vote for myself for stuff like that. So, you know, I'm gonna take myself out.
Yeah. All right.
We'll go Dynasty and Expert.
So we'll go
myself every time.
So real quick,
there ain't no way I'm voting for nobody else.
Real quick, Super Bowl hot takes. Evan, Super Bowl picks. Who do you think it'll be? Who's playing in the next Super Bowl?
Nah, I'm gonna go back with this last season. I've been counted out all of last season because Frank, every playoff matchup, he disrespected me and not picked me. So I had to prove him wrong. So I bet against myself. So I say I'm gonna come back to back, you know. And then in the NFC, shit. Let me see. I mean, I think it's out of Expert and the Saints.
Expert or Bruce? Okay. Maniac. You got to pick two.
I say Bills, Packers.
Wow. Gav, and Expert. So, Expert, we know you're taking you in the NFC. Who are you taking in the AFC?
Always. I'll never root against myself. So, listen, it's going to be a rematch. It's going to be the Packers and the Patriots back in the Super Bowl. And I'm going to be full strength with Devontae Adams and Aaron Jones. And he don't have the same defense he had before. Yeah, I gotta get my revenge on the Patriots. That's what I want. That's in my heart. That's what I want. I'm gonna be praying that the Patriots and the Packers made it so I can get my revenge.
Love it. All right. So the last topic we have today is, I thought we'd throw this one out here, rule changes for us to consider. So you will see a cooldown poll going up within the next 24 hours. Because we talked about changing that one in the offseason. We just didn't get it up to decide on how we're going to finalize it. So other than that, or feel free to chime in on that, what are some other rule changes in the league that you guys would like to see us consider to make changes?
What is the cooldown at right now?
So right now it's a 4-play cooldown. However, there's not a limit for each play. So you could theoretically call the same play every 4 plays and you'll never max it out.
So,
let's start with Expert on this one.
Why is that a problem though? Like, listen, I understand spamming plays if you're gonna run it back to back, but there isn't an NFL team in life right now that if I get you on a play, I'm going back to that play, and I may go back to it very, very quickly.
So the only reason they look at this in Madden is because in the NFL, the players are going to recognize the play as it's coming up because they're going to have seen it a bunch. So they'll be playing towards it, right?
That's impossible. Plays are run out of so many different formations. I can disguise a play to where it may look like the same thing. I understand. I have no problem with the cooldown. I think it's perfect where it's at. Have 4 plays. You can run it as many times as you want. I think in another league, it's at 10. You can only run a play 10 times. You're not running that many plays.
There's nobody running the same play 10 times, right?
Listen, so you're always gonna have both sides of the coin. Somebody's gonna say, well, we got to take the cheese out of Madden. Listen, you'll never take the cheese out of Madden. It's true. Impossible. Stop trying to take the cheese out of Madden. That's not the type of game this is. Okay, if you don't like cheese, there is Uno on the PlayStation Store. Load it up and play Uno. There's always going to be cheese in Madden. It's just how this game works. Okay, there's a way to defeat everything in this game. You just have to figure it out. And the guys that are good at this game know how to make adjustments. And they figure stuff out.
100%.
And that's how it is now. There is one thing I think we got to fix. We got to fix dudes snapping the ball and dropping back 40 yards to throw a pass. Got to fix it.
Yes.
That is not realistic. There's nobody in the NFL doing that.
Looking at you, Maniac.
Tim Tebow did that one time and lost 29 yards. It doesn't work that way.
I saw my woes.
Now, we can't like say, okay, you can only drop back 4 yards or 5 yards. We got to be realistic about it. But I think that's one we got to look at, the drop back rule, and we got to look at it quickly.
I would agree with that. I would agree. My problem with the drop back rule is people dropping. They're starting off in shotgun or pistol, so they're already 5 to 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and they continue to drop back another 10 to 15 yards. It's insane.
It's easy to see when it's happening. It's very simple to see it when people are doing it. It's just like snapping the ball and immediately running to the sideline. That is different than cheese. That is manipulating the game, and we all know that works.
Run to the sideline and then playmaker looking at you, Maniac.
Other than that,
this guy, man.
I mean, we've all been in leagues that have been heavy on rules and all been in leagues that are soft. You just have to adjust and play the game.
Yep. Wattz, your take.
Definitely.
Rules.
No, I agree again. Man. I mean, these are things that Shane, myself, and Rack have been talking about already on the sidelines. And we're gauging the chat and seeing how people feel about different things. And I agree. Some things is just stop trying to find ways to handicap someone so you can try to get an advantage because you don't have the time or taking the patience to figure out how to beat something. You just, we need a rule. Oh, that's cheesy. It's like sometimes it's not that. You just got to take the patience to understand where you're fucking up at to beat something. So I'm fine. I mean, we talked about it. The play cooldown is at a good number to me. But again, people was in the chat raising a fit, so we're gonna have the conversation in the chat and see what we turn into. As far as other things, I agree with the drop back too. That's egregious sometimes for some people. So I agree there. Then I think we got that trade committee shit. We're probably not. I don't think we're doing it this year, but next Madden we're looking into it or possibly doing it. I guess maybe that's something else that we might instill into the game or the league. Yeah, man. I mean, I don't got much. I agree with what Expert was saying. Some shit is just a matter of stop trying to handicap people, man. You can't just complain to complain. Like, you got to get better. And I'm not saying like I'm a baller at all. I mean, I'm still trying to get better myself. I mean, everybody's got to have that thought process. Like, I don't want to just handicap people and whining, finding ways to make someone get a suspension and all kind of bullshit ready, baby. I'm sorry.
Yikes.
But yeah, man, that's all I got, man.
Awesome. Evans?
I agree with both of them, especially with the cooldown. See, if you play a good Madden player, I don't care if you run a play 20 times against me. I will make an adjustment after the first play. And if I see it again, I will pick it off. So I really don't. I mean, that separates the good Madden players from the bad ones. That when they don't make adjustments when they see something, because like real NFL coaches, they see a matchup that they're going to exploit it. They're not, they're not going to cool off 4 plays and then, do it again. I want to go right back at it, until they stop it. But I mean, I understand the rule. I mean, but like the expert said, you can't stop the cheese. There's always cheese in Madden, And definitely need a trade committee for sure. Some of these trades I've seen went down, and then when people say when I got Darren Waller,
I mean, the trade committee is to stop the Patriots. Listen. Evans got a slow mix on Spotify that he puts on. He pour a little Hennessy. He whispering in people's ears. Listen, don't act like Evans not a part of the problem.
Oh, yeah. Let's make this trade.
Yeah, he's sending flowers to the house. This man is listen. First off, he already had a monster tight end, and he thought, well, let's just upgrade to Darren Waller. Man, I can't listen. Okay, Evans trying to play. He's trying to play innocent, but he part of the problem.
But I mean, I gave him an X factor for him. It was I ain't give him chicken shit from him.
It was a good trade. We just hate to see you win.
I know
yeah. No. Listen, this is how you explain it. Listen, this man just won the Super Bowl. At no point am I about to load his gun with more weapons to shoot me. There is no way. If you would have hit my DM about a player, I'd have been like, man, you just won a Super Bowl, man. Go on with yourself. Get out of my DM. You're not getting no extra weapons. Because Evans looked at his roster. I promise you, he looked at his roster and was like, yeah, I don't need this guy. I can get rid of him and get Darren Waller. I'm good. Look at him.
You ain't lying. Man.
And he didn't give up that tight end.
And it's not
that's the crazy part. He didn't even give up the best tight end on his roster.
It's not like you traded him to a contender either, right? Nobody looked at the Raiders and said, "Man, if I give him this X factor, he may be dangerous."
Oh,
hey, shout out my surprise everybody this season.
Please.
Oh wow.
that's dirty. Maniac, your chance to talk
let's go,
about these rules, Chief.
Let's see. The trade committee is definitely a big one. I think that some people, I don't know what it is, because I'd be hitting them up about the same players and offering more, and they say no. But that's besides the point. I definitely hit them up about Darren Waller. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna give you a Njoku bag, and I'm gonna give you a good solid corner bag. And then I was like, and I see that trade go. I'm like, because he left me on red. I was like, shit, whatever. And then I see a trade. I was like, huh. Okay, I was giving you that and some. Like, I was giving you multiple pieces because I knew I was like, with Darren Waller on my team, it's definitely gonna be cheese ball, cheese dick, whatever you want to call me. Award, I take them both, whatever.
Going for the award.
Yeah, I was going for the award if I got Darren Waller. Now I gotta, relax and deal with Njoku, and hopefully he becomes a superstar and becomes half the man that Darren Waller is. But that's all right. I digress. I think otherwise the rules are pretty good. I definitely was called out for dropping back. I'm definitely working on it. Me and my offensive line have sat down and we say, listen, I can't be dropping back, so you guys got to hold your blocks. That's simple as that.
Or step up into the pocket.
Listen, my center is weak. That's why I'm trading away certain players to try to get a nice center, because my center can't hold this big fat guy. So it's like, hey, I blame my own line, and that's it. I had to give up my one of my really good old linemen for Von Miller. Hopefully Von Miller steps up to the plate and becomes the player that I expect him to be. But so far, he hasn't. I don't think he got a sack so far. So, yikes. But other than that, on the cooldown rule, I definitely am for it. I think that we have personally, I think we have 500 plays in our playbook. I actually was in my playbook today, and I was like, I've never used this play since I put this in my playbook, so I took it out. So I'm just getting new plays, and I was like, okay, well, I feel like the rule, if we do the cooldown, we're going to be forced to use those plays that we don't ever use. Because I don't remember the last time I called a counter play was on the weak side. And I was like, I got to use it, So,
dude, I live on the counter play on the weak side. Die on the counter play to the weak side.
I seen other people use it and be great. I use it. I get stuff behind the line, so it's like, hey, I can't. Maybe it's my own line.
Take your finger off turbo, Chief.
Wait, is this a free chicken show? Like, come on, man. We can't be giving secrets here. Like, let's topic, Frank. I'm trying to make the playoffs over there in Miami, aren't you?
Well, hey, according to everybody on the panel, I'm not making the playoffs anyway. So
you're not, bro. You're not.
What are you talking about?
According to everybody, you're not.
Hey, listen, just stay in your lane. You do a great job running the league, doing these shows. Just stay in your lane.
Nothing but
it's okay.
Just dirty. All right, well, guys, that is all of the topics that we have for today, but we'll open it up so you guys can have some closing thoughts on whatever you guys want to talk about, whatever you want to see. You want to throw down the gauntlet, you want to say some shit, I don't care. The floor is yours. Expert, we'll give you a minute to wrap it up.
Hey, man, just appreciate y'all letting me be a part of the league. Having lots of fun here on the PS5 version. Just let's keep it clean, man. Play your games. Get in. As soon as we advance, reach out, get your games in. I know sometimes life gets in the way, man, but just that communication is key. reach out to your opponent and get something set up, or at least that way the league knows what's going on in case y'all can't play. But yeah, looking forward to another competitive season, and we'll see everybody on the sticks.
100%. Watts, you're up. 1 minute. Go.
Short and sweet, man. Follow the rules as always, man, because we're out here spinning motherfuckers now. So let's do it. That's all I got.
Evans.
I'm just letting Gabby know right now. I'm coming for you week 4, bro. That last matchup, you got me. So, yeah, I'm glad y'all. Yeah, I'm glad y'all let me be a part of this league. You know, as a new guy, probably a lot of people ain't know who I am. Like, who is this guy who just came in and just won the Super Bowl? You know, so get some recognition now. So, but
you definitely shook the world.
Yep, your jersey is going to ship tomorrow too, by the way.
Oh yeah, I got you. Yeah, I'm gonna most definitely post that when it come in.
All right, Maniac, you got 60 seconds.
All right, man. Houston, we got a problem because we traded a lot and we ain't seeing the results that we wanted to see. But we definitely took a step back. A big step back was this loss to Miami. I never lost to Miami in a franchise game in my life.
Crazy.
In a franchise game in my life, I've never lost to you. All right. Anyway,
Watts drug test the owner in Houston now.
You're interrupting my 60 seconds. You're interrupting my 60 seconds. You're interrupting my 60 seconds. You're not making the playoffs. That's it. Bye. Okay.
Are you done?
We took a major step back, but we're gonna get it together. We have the Bills tough matchup coming up because I picked them to be the Super Bowl. The round representing the AFC in the Super Bowl. So I'm gonna do the AFC solid. I'm gonna beat his ass, and then we're gonna get there, and then we're gonna
definitely tuning in for that game.
We're gonna go into our bye week a solid 2-1. So. Yes, sir.
Fair enough. You know the team that lost you is the guy that probably is the better of us, the two of us when it comes to being on the sticks. So you understand that loss, and that's okay. You can go home and cry about it, make all the excuses in the world. You know, hey, the sun got in my eye. You know, there was lag. You know, I didn't have my playbook. You know, my thumb went. My thumb was numb.
Controller was vibrating too much.
For anybody,
I had some
anybody wants
PlayStation
to watch
drift.
Anybody wants to watch the last 2 minutes? It was Maniac's game to lose.
Lost. Not
correct.
The ending part is the part that matters. And lost.
Correct.
So just for the record, the Dolphins have beat the Texans 8 times to 6 in Madden 22. 8 times to 6. Maniac has not beaten. Maniac's not had a lead in this matchup throughout the entire season. But I'm digressing because I'm getting my 60 seconds, motherfuckers. So Gav has not beaten me in DML expert. So I plan on beating Gav here in Alpha Kings. I will make the playoffs. I may not win the division. Evans got lucky in the fact that he played me in GGL first, because I beat him there in the playoffs, and then we immediately did a doubleheader and played in Alpha Kings, and he beat me in the game. So I'd already laid out my fucking plan.
Oh, shit.
That's why I did it like that, Freak. I didn't really care about the GGML. I already run a Super Bowl in there, so I really ain't, if I lose, I lose. But that
dirty.
The Alpha Kings, I had to give me one.
So anyway.
I had to give me one, but...
What we've learned from this show is that y'all are a bunch of dirty motherfuckers. Maniac breaks lots of rules. Expert talks a lot of shit. Evans is just fucking smooth, sending people flowers and Barry Manilow and fucking everybody under the sun. Yeah, let's get this trade done. I got some pieces for you.
Right. But no. Let us not forget. Rack also stole the same kind of caliber player from the same team. So maybe we gotta start looking at Chi-Town and see if he's getting paid under the table or something. Because he
definitely doesn't know how to run a team. Yeah.
He definitely gave up.
He gave up Ruggs and he gave up Waller. What else did the Raiders have?
Hey, what did he get for Ruggs?
Nothing.
Cash App. Hefty.
Cash App.
Nothing. So I don't know.
Not enough. Let's say that. Not enough.
All right, guys. Well, hey, I appreciate you guys being on the show today. Hopefully we can do this again, do it more often. We'll go ahead and wrap it up. But thank you guys for being here, and I'll let you guys get on with your lives.
Right.
Thanks, guys.